Step 1, benchmark your vulnerabilities. There's many vulnerabilities that are out there that can be exploited. So you need to keep on top of the cyber awareness training of your staff. And one of the tools that's been developed by QA is a phishing email that gets sent around. Basically what happens is we'll send it to our staff and maybe include like a link in there to see if they actually click on the link. If they do click on the link, that kind of tells us who needs a bit more cyber awareness training. Now, it's not to catch anyone out, it's for us to say, you know what, we need to up our game a little bit and start training people a little bit, more rigorously. It's a tried and tested tool. It works so well actually that now our clients are using it on their staff too. So step 2, start at the beginning. This is just as important now as what health and safety is to the workplace. So when you take on someone new in their induction package, cybersecurity awareness training should be one of the first things that you do. Okay, you wouldn't, take someone into a building without showing them the fire exits, and where the fire evacuation points and meet-up points are. And that's what we're trying to do with cyber training. We're trying to get people to think about cyber in their everyday job, basically. So when they sit down and do the job and they're doing something, if they have an inkling that they might not be doing something the way they should be doing it, at least that's triggering something, and then they can go to the security staff and question it, because that's what we're here for. Step 3, get insight on digital sharing. Surveys are always good to do with your staff. Yeah, it gets you into the mindset and how they think and how they use their IT systems. So a lot of people do now take the work home with them. We know this, and we give them the tools to do that. The problem being is, if you're not implementing the security correctly, you could be leaving yourself open to information being stolen. So a lot of companies, use things like Dropbox to send work-related things back home to the personal emails. That has to be monitored and that has to be protected, because if a man-in-the-middle attack, for an example, happened, that work-related stuff could be taken before it actually released. It gets to your personal email. Step 4, professional social networks. What we tend to do these days is we put a lot of information online. I mean, everything about us kind of goes online these days, especially when we're trying to network, between people looking for, job roles, or, just trying to link with, like-minded people. Now, phishing robots are out there, and what they do is they'll troll these social media sites, and they will try to connect with you, or they will try to add you as a friend. Now, a lot of people will they will just look at the profile and maybe say, do you know what, they work in the same department as me, or the same job role as me. Maybe I could link with this person, and we could share ideas. But that might not be an actual person sitting there. And all they're trying to do is connect with you to steal that information. Now, there are open social media sites out there that people tend to put a lot of information. And if you think of like the phases of a hacker will go through, the first phase that they will always do is the information gathering phase. And they can spend a lot of time on information gathering, especially back when we didn't have social media. But now, because everything's on social media, that time's very shortened, and they only need a couple of bits of information. If you think about it, when you're doing security questions, when you go onto your bank and they ask you the security question, what are the security questions that they ask you? Mother's maiden name, pet's name, questions that can be easily found on social media. Okay, so you've got to be very, very aware of this. So step 5, get creative. Try and make your cyber training memorable. The reason why I say this is what a lot of people are doing is, say, having 6-month briefs of PowerPoint presentations, and that's not going to stick in someone's mind. You need to get creative. You can use quizzes, Kahoot, is a website that you can use to set staff quizzes up, and it's kind of a fun website. And then you could possibly reward people for being more cyber aware than maybe from the last time you actually done it. Step 6, Wi-Fi hazards. So how many people out there on their lunch break take their work laptop and go and sit in a coffee shop somewhere to carry on doing what they're doing? You're joining open Wi-Fi. So if a hacker was to come into that same coffee shop and join that open Wi-Fi, they can use tools to analyse that network. You need to be aware of what you're doing and who's around you. Step 7, build a cyber security community. The way to do this is let people actually be involved. Let your staff get involved with cyber security by collating news articles that have happened for that week. Give someone the responsibility to do that, okay, and then share it with the rest of the staff. They can use different websites, they can use social media, and then once that information is shared, it makes people more aware. So step 8, regular bite-sized chunks. Cybersecurity should be fast, hard-hitting to get people's attention. So could you work with the marketing team, maybe getting posters around just to keep you aware of cybersecurity? Or an email maybe from the CEO that goes around, just reminding people every day to just be aware of cybersecurity. Step 9, eat your own food. Or in other words, lead by example. If you're a CEO or a manager, it's got to come from you, to come from the top down, not the bottom up. So if anyone is out there doing cybersecurity awareness training, you should be doing that yourself as well. Step 10, practice, practice, practice. Cybersecurity is an ongoing process. It's always changing and evolving, so you need to keep your finger on the pulse when it comes to this. QA offer practical hands-on learning, and what I mean by that is we want to do the most relevant thing that's out there at the time. Okay, so we want people when they come on our courses to actually feel that they're getting involved in protecting their business by doing hands-on real life attacks. It is an ongoing process and our courses are always developing, and we want people to keep this up in their own workplace and also when they get home as well. We're not trying to get people to be paranoid, but it doesn't just switch off when it comes to, once you leave your workplace, it doesn't just switch off there. Because people will target you outside of work as well, because that's when you let your guard down.